welcome back to A Goddess is a Girl's Best Friend. We are on Chapter 2, Part 2. Title is Discover Your Dark and Wild Side with Lilith. You are either a goddess or a doormat. Excuse the background, they are having a protest. Being nice is not always virtue. Playing the good girl and acting sweet does not always get us what we want in life. Women who are living the lives of their dreams do not necessarily get there by being dainty or undarling. They get there by being wild, darling, proactive, and hungry. They demand what they want into existence and do what it takes to make it happen. It could mean breaking a few rules, breaking a few hearts, and breaking a few habits along the way. Especially the habit of constantly apologizing for who you are and what you think, say, or do in the world. If you, like so many women, were trained to mind your manners and act like a lady, it may be painfully difficult for you to break out of that mode. Or it may be painfully difficult not to. If you are suppressing yourself because you are afraid of your own dark side, you might as well recognize the wild woman, bitch goddess within before she bites you on the butt in an attempt to get your attention. Sometimes we have got to access our inner power through external connections, the role models, until we manifest it into being. Just like children who learn to become by pretending they are. You may have to fake it until you make it. Think of all the fun you can have pretending to be the fierce female, the tough chick, and a force to be reckoned with, and evoking those energies from within. Consider it an exercise in seizing personal power. Lilith is a girl's best friend. When you are ready to unleash the wild woman within and take the lid off your self-expression, she may seem nasty, but she is simply an aggravated metaphor for rising above meekness and doing whatever the hell you want to do, regardless of what people think, say, or how they react. She represents freeing the wild women within, exerting personal power, and living without apology. Who is Lilith? He then created a woman for Adam, for the earth, as he had created Adam himself, and called her Lilith. Adam and Lilith began to fight. She said, "I will not lie below." And he said, "I will not lie beneath you, but only on top. For you are fit only to be in the bottom position, while I am to be in the superior one." From the alphabet of Ben Sirah, between the 8th and 10th centuries. Lilith is a Hebrew goddess, noted to possess great personal power and sexual appetite, and goddess spirituality and Jewish feminism. She is revered as fierce, potent, and wild. According to the mystical Judaism, she is considered Adam's first wife, while Eve is seen as God's more malleable, hopefully I said that word right, second to, although some believe Lilith represents an aspect of Eve's fuller power. Legend says Lilith was created in exactly the same way as Adam and at the same time. But that Adam refused to treat her as an equal partner. He tried to push the male domination routine and insisted on the male on top. Missionary style sex, Lilith was completely unwilling to put up with his attitude. She refused to be beneath him and bolted, The garden was too restricted, and she wanted no man to be the boss of her. She opened for a roll by the Red Sea. With the baby of fallen angels, Lilith was not only branded for effeminate or fatal and a bitch, she went down in history as an evil she-devil, bad girl who birthed hundreds of mini demons a day and populated the earth with negative beings. But she never looked back, and she never apologized. Although she lives in demon mythology as a succubus who kills children and takes sexual possessions of men while they sleep, she's been reclaimed as a role model for female power. And top female rockers even named a major concert even after her. She's often depicted with female face and a serpent body, sometimes seen slithering about. She often thought of as the snake who tempted Eve to taste from the tree of knowledge. How to invite her into your life. Few of us crave the kind of heartless powers that are attributed to Lilith, but just a bit of her can go a long way in teaching us to stand up for our rights. Getting what we want sometimes requires us to come out of ourselves and be a little wild. One of the Lilith most attributes in her ability to seek fulfillment of her goals without concern about other people's belief and judgment about her. If you were too nice, too meek, too wishy-washy, or too much of a doormat, just as a proof of her stands life, help you find a pathway to expressing more personal power. She can help reveal the wild women within you at your own pace and confront and comfort level. Lilith reveals the energy of living in her power. Wait, hold on, y'all. I'm about to mess this word up. Her prowess, Prowess. Prowess. She may tend to be a dark goddess, yet she is willing to explore the part of herself and admit to it. Lilith is all about freedom of choice, good or bad, dark or light. She makes the rules. She owns her shadow self and all the dark desires that filter up from within. She does not oppress or distress herself over anything, ever. She may use the metaphor of sexual dominance to rule her universe, but it goes way beyond sex. She will not be told what to do or how to act by anyone. She does not exist in this world to appease others. You should not either. 1. Rent movies that celebrate Lilith energy. She's a little nasty, but she got attitude. She knows what she wants and get it. She's the woman most people refer to as a bitch because she knows how to get what she wants and they are jealous. Rent classic and modern movies that feature women characters who express their wild side, such as Body Heat starring Kathleen Turner, Fatal Attraction starring Glenn Close, and Three Faces of Eve starring Bette Davis. The Last Seduction, the 1994 film Noir, featuring Linda Florentino as a bitch goddess, love queen with amazing stimuli for self-preservation. 2. Practice being fierce. Lilith fosters a sense of anticipatory fear. There's something scary about her, like a dominant or a dangerous woman. She seems armed, but hers in an unseen power, just as people don't argue or mess with an armed woman. They do not mess with a female who radiates an inner fearness. You can opt for one of the most fun ways to evoke inner fierceness. Clothing. Go shopping in a very cool store that has female fatal clothing, maybe even a costume shop. Try on clothes and play around with a look that makes you feel fierce. Black, wild brimmed hat with veil and a Brucey miniskirt, leather pants, long evening gloves, whatever helps bring out your wild side. You don't have to buy anything or even wear it outside, but if it would be a breakthrough for you to don something devastating and wear it into your world, do it. 3. Take charge by speaking clearly and giving directives, and instead of molding yourself to the way things are, mold yourself to the way you are. Essentially, there are those people in life who like to be in control and those who like to give over control. Lilith is the one who calls the shots. Don't resist your own desire to take charge. People around you are just waiting for you to tell them what to do. Communication with a bit of an edge is often just a thing to inspire people to get things done. Most people respond to a clear directive. Do this by such and such a time. That also had an embedded message about consequences. This is not being harsh, it's just a way to keep life flowing with a sense of certainty. Notice the kind of language and ways of speaking that get the results, and practice these in everyday life out in the world. 4. Develop an attitude that lets people know what you stand for. Lily takes a queen-like stance as if to say, worship me. Anything less is unacceptable. To crave out of the life you choose. You sometimes have to train people around you through actions, words, and subtle threats. In the same way, you should train a puppy, but it first has to come from within. Look at yourself in the mirror and practice saying over and over, I am a goddess, worship me. Until you begin to get that you are worthy of reverence, then look deeply into your own eyes and blow yourself a kiss. You may feel funny, stupid, or out of your element. But see if you can get into the groove. This will enhance your sense of self-reverence and help you magnetize what you want. When you are willing to own your goddess nature, people will want to serve your needs. 5. Stay firm in your choices without apology. If you give someone an ultimatum or tell them how it's going to be, stick with it or you will lose power. Don't second guess yourself or wimp out of the right decisions. When Lilith left the garden, God sent 3 angels to fetch her at Adam's behest, and she wouldn't even bend to the will of the divine. Whether she made a good choice or not, she still made a clear choice. No one can argue with that. Practice making decisions that are in your best interests and impenetrable by others. If you chronically apologize every time you set forth a decision others may not like, you will neglect yourself. Did Lilith say sorry to Adam for not wanting him on top of her? No. She said ta-ta. One day, take notes on how many times you say, I'm sorry. The next day, think twice about it and assess if an apology is truly called for. By the 3rd day, you should find that you have less to say than you ever imagined because you are filling up too much time with apologizing for nothing. 6. Never use another person as an excuse to not have what you want in life. Lilith ditches whatever and whoever does not empower her. If a man would not honor her choices, or if an environment does not support who she is out of there. You too always have a choice. Choose what and who in life is worth your continued effort and attention, then take action. If you are giving your power away, take it back. Try being a little bit stern, especially if you are someone who is genuinely passed over, ignored, not taken seriously, or is always given in to others. There is no need for you to become dark and disturbing, but it's important that you follow your authentic urges to seize your power. Make your own choices and shape your own reality. Lilith encourages you to own your wilder side and express it when called for, to help you claim the rights and privileges that are yours. How to keep Lilith with you? Allow for your dark desires. The number one rule when it comes to expressing our power in the world is that it be legal, moral, and that it's not cause injury to self or others. You may not want to go down to the road to the Red Sea and date fallen angels, but maybe you will. Certainly a dark thought or two may pass through your head. Allow the thoughts to surface and do not judge them. Distinguish between fantasy and true desires. Just because you fantasize about doing something dark and disturbing doesn't mean you would do it. Most schools of psychology tells us that giving ourselves permission to explore the darker side of our nature is sometimes enough to help us accept our true selves and let ourselves off the hook for not being perfect angels. Get your own Bitch Goddess t-shirt or tank top. Lilith, obviously naked, was able to get her point across, but you can declare your attitude on a t-shirt, invent a slogan, or get the official Bitch Goddess t-shirt to help you preside as queen of your own domain. Available from fine lines out there where Lilith affirmation. Treat me like the goddess I am.